Chapter 981. The receipt was the only way that he could get his reimbursement. Because of this, Ian was very angry when he heard that Alex had already taken the receipt away. He had been waiting for this receipt in order to claim for a reimbursement from his company. If Alex refused to hand the receipt over to him, then he would not only be unable to earn money from this meal, but he would also lose $100,000. Wouldn't he be making things worse in an already bad situation then? As he thought about this, Ian hurried back to the table angrily. When he saw Alex, he quickly asked, "Alex, did you go to the front desk to secretly issue a receipt for yourself? Hurry up and give me the receipt now." Alex replied indifferently, "This meal was paid for by the two of us. What is wrong with me asking for a receipt from the front desk? After all, I paid $100,000 for this meal. Did you forget that?" Ian choked as he was completely speechless. After a short while, he said angrily, "You do not work or have a company of your own. So, what are you going to do with the receipt?" Alex smiled before he said, "Don't you know that many restaurants nowadays deliberately refuse to issue receipts to guests? If the restaurant does not issue any receipts, then the state's tax authorities would not be able to find out exactly how much money they make. If that is the case, they won't be paying their taxes and they won't be contributing to the country then." As he spoke, Alex looked around the table before he said to everyone, "As law-abiding citizens of our country, it is our duty to pay our taxes according to the law. It is also our duty to ensure that restaurants pay their taxes in accordance to the law. Don't you all agree with me?" Everyone nodded. Linda said, "Some restaurants are really sneaky. If you don't ask them for a receipt, then they won't pay for their taxes at all. Therefore, we have to ensure that these restaurants issue receipts in accordance with the law so that they can pay their taxes to the state treasury." Matt Rich also agreed as he said, "The catering and food industry is really very profitable. It would be impossible for them to justify a tax evasion if they make such a huge profit." Hilton laughed at the side before he said, "You can also talk to the person in charge at the restaurant. If they don't issue you a receipt, then you can ask them for a discount or a drink or something like that. If a restaurant that I'm dining at does not want to give me a receipt, I'd usually ask them to give me a Coke in return. Anyway, I can't suffer a loss and allow them to take advantage of me." Alex snorted as he said, "Hilton, oh Hilton. You're really intelligent. I really want to learn more from you." Hilton thought that Alex was complimenting him. Therefore, he snorted before he said, "Let me tell you, this is the wisdom of life." Ian looked at Alex and his expression darkened before he said coldly, "Don't talk about all that useless rubbish with me. It's useless for you to keep the receipt anyway. Give me the receipt." "Why?" Alex asked coldly. "Why is the receipt useless when it's with me, but why wouldn't it be useless in your hands then? All of us are enjoying a dinner here together tonight. Don't tell me that you are planning to take the receipt because you want to claim reimbursement from your company?" Ian was stunned when he heard Alex pointing out exactly what he was planning to do. He was a little flustered as he said, "What nonsense are you talking about? I have the same thought and mentality as you. I wanted the restaurant to issue a receipt so that the restaurant can pay their taxes in accordance with the law." Alex nodded and he gave him a thumbs up before he said, "Ian, I really did not expect you to be such a responsible citizen too. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let me give you a thumbs up." As he spoke, Alex took the receipt out of his pocket before he said, "The receipt is issued under my name. This means that this receipt can no longer be used for any reimbursements. However, as long as the receipt has already been issued, then the restaurant will have no choice but to pay their taxes. Ian, you don't have to worry about it. The restaurant will have to pay the appropriate taxes for the $200,000 that we've paid for this meal." Ian was a little anxious and he blurted out, "Who asked you to issue the receipt under your name? The receipt has already been issued under someone else's name." Even if Ian got hold of the receipt, he would not be able to use it to get any reimbursement at all. Ian felt as though his lungs were about to explode as he thought about this. At this time, Alex smiled before he said, "You didn't tell me not to issue a receipt anyway. Besides that, I had already mentioned this earlier. We're splitting the bill for dinner tonight anyway, so either one of us will have the right to take the receipt from the front desk. It's just a matter of who asked for the receipt first anyway." After he spoke, Alex had a magnificent expression on his face as he said, "Why don't we do this then? We shouldn't be arguing over a trivial matter such as who had asked for the receipt or who did not ask for the receipt. Anyway, we're the ones treating everyone to dinner tonight. It's not as if we are going to go back to our company to ask for reimbursement after we're done with dinner tonight anyway. So, I'm going to tear this receipt in front of everyone so neither of us will have the receipt then. Will that be all right with you?" Before Ian could even respond, Alex had already torn the receipt apart. When Ian saw Alex tearing the receipt apart, he could feel blood dripping from his heart. It was over. It was all over. The $100,000 that he had paid for this meal was gone.